Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Firstly, I am recording this, it's around about 5 in the evening. We're actually bracing and waiting for Hurricane Zeta to approach. Secondly, for those living in Louisiana, Biloxi, Alabama and Pensacola, please take every precaution you need. Please be safe, and my prayers are with you guys. And also, I feel so sorry and so heartbroken for Louisiana because they just cannot seem to get a break. So anyway, you guys, I've done everything I needed to do. Laundry's done, house is clean. I've practically cooked for 3 days just in case we lose power. So I know I am all set for the kids, and also generators ready to go. So you guys, you know, the other day I was helping my daughter out with some research because she had to do a paper in regard to being falsely accused, because they're doing this book in school. And I don't know if you guys ever did this, but I remember when I was in high school, we did read this book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm talking about in the 90s, now in the 2000s. And so they actually doing that book, and she had to do a paper on, you know, circumstances in regard to that. So while we are doing research in regard to, you know, being falsely accused, you guys, I came across this story, which for me was so heartfelt, heartwarming, and also so inspiring. You know, in today's video, you guys, I'm going to be talking about Jarrett Adams. And as I say, this story brought tears to our eyes. You know, while I'm reading this article, I had goosebumps. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell if you haven't already. And let's get into it. So as I said, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Jarrett Adams. He is a criminal defense attorney who, due to his unfortunate circumstances, he spent nearly a decade of his life in prison for being wrongly convicted. So Jarrett Adams was actually born and raised in the south side of Chicago. He graduated high school in 1998 at the age of 17. He actually snuck out of his house one evening with 2 of his friends to go to a party at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. And 3 weeks after the party, he actually received or saw a business card of a police officer on his door. So apparently at that party that they did go to, a white female had accused him and his 2 friends of rape. A witness also had contradicted her story, but unfortunately they were not believed. They were arrested and charged with sexual assault. So in Wisconsin, according to their law, at the age of 17, you can be prosecuted as an adult. They actually all went to trial together. So one of Jarrett's friends could afford an attorney, so he hired an attorney, and Jarrett and the other friend of his actually was given a public defender. So when they all went to trial together, their trial actually ended in a mistrial because the accuser's statement had drastically changed. And I have my opinion about that, but we'll talk about it afterwards. Okay, so since the first court case ended in a mistrial, the court actually ordered a retrial. So the friend that had a private attorney, his attorney actually filed for dismissal based on double jeopardy. So, oh God, my nose is so itchy. I'm gonna fight with someone. So, double jeopardy is you cannot be charged with the same crime twice. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So, Jarrett and his friend's public defender just went a whole different route. I'm like, hello, you know, why aren't you, don't you learn the same laws? So why couldn't they do the same thing? But unfortunately, the public defenders, they failed to do the same thing, which literally just blows my mind. They went with a no defense theory, which means that no witness statements are allowed. But this is the thing, is that, remember, they had a witness statement which contradicted this girl's story. I'm just so, what the hell is wrong with these public defenders? Do they just enjoy just being paid and not put in the work? But who am I to judge? So at the end of the day, this unfortunately did not work, and Jarrett was found guilty and was sentenced to 28 years in a maximum security prison. Now, let's not forget, he is still a 17-year-old. 17 years old, and he is being put in a maximum security prison. I cannot right now wrap my mind around that. Think about it, you guys. 17 years old. I can't. My anxiety is right now going through the roof, even just thinking about that. How did he feel? After he was found guilty, he was given the opportunity to address the court, and he said, and I quote, "Look, I want to apologize to my parents. I'm even going to apologize to the parents of my accuser, but I'm not going to apologize for the rape that never happened." And you guys, the judge actually felt that this was not remorseful. So she went and she gave him an additional 8 years. Are you kidding me? What? That is, it's like so unbelievable. Unbloody believable. He did say that he was terrified. He was one of the youngest faces to ever be put in a maximum security prison. And he was only at 140 pounds. He was gonna be surrounded by grown men. And you guys, you know, we all hear about prison stories, you know. So can you imagine how he felt at that time? And he even said when he heard the word guilty, he said it was like an out-of-body experience. I can't even go there. I truly cannot even go there. That's, oh my goodness, you know, that just makes my skin crawl. Can you picture your 17-year-old, if you had a 17-year-old, being in that situation? Oh, I don't know. I think I would lose my shit. I truly think I would lose my shit. Especially knowing now that he was falsely accused. And with an incompetent public defender. So after being in prison for now 1.5 years, his cellmate was an older white man. And he got up and he said to him, you know, he was having a conversation with him. And his cellmate said to him, he said, you know, you get up every day, you go, you play chess, you play basketball, you do all these things, but you don't act like an innocent person. He said to him, innocent people would be in the law library. And that did it for him. And ever since that day, he actually went to the law library and he started to learn everything he could get his hands on about the law. He even said, you know, you guys, he even said that he wished that he had known his constitutional rights before he went to that police station. So anyway, he put all his energy into trying to prove his innocence. He went through newspapers looking for attorneys. He would write letters, and eventually he received a reply from a lawyer in Milwaukee. This is where it starts getting very, very interesting and exciting and heartwarming and fulfilling. So in 2004, the Innocence Project agreed to take on his case. In 2006, 8 years after his arrest, the Innocence Project went and argued his case at the 7th District Court of Appeals in Chicago. They unanimously, and I emphasize unanimously, overturned his conviction for ineffective assistance of counsel. Isn't that amazing? And then it gets even better. In February of 2007, he returned to the Wisconsin courtroom for all charges against him to be dismissed. It literally took them, after 8 years, it took them 10 minutes to have everything overturned. Adams remembers, and I quote, he says, "That judge never looked me in my eyes at all. When I walked out of the courtroom, I said, 'You might not look at me now, but you're going to have to see me for the rest of my life.'" He kept his promise. Okay, so this is the most, oh my gosh, this just makes me want to jump for joy each time I hear the story, read the story, talk about the story. So in 2007, after he was released, by May, he enrolled in college, received his associate's degree from a local community college. He graduated with honors and a bachelor's degree from the Roosevelt University in Chicago. Oh, no, things did not stop there. No, they did not. In May of 2015, he graduated from Loyola University of Chicago School of Law. Are you listening to this? Are you with me? He was then hired by the same people, the Innocence Project, that had exonerated him. Today, you guys, this man, this role model, this hero owns his own private practice named Jarrett's Adams Law Firm. How freaking amazing is that, you guys? How amazing to use the injustices that you experienced, that were imposed upon you, and turn it around for the good. That is amazing. That is mind freaking blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. He did not use his situation to become the victim. He used his situation to be a solution to the problem. And I 100% am in favor of this. But this is what truly made me understand what a genuine person he is. What a heart of gold he has. His mission now is to help those that need help, that have been wrongly convicted, that needs that person to believe in them, that have been undeserved. And how can you not but admire and take your hat off to a person like this? But this is also the way I see it, you guys. And this is one thing I totally agree with him on. He says, black people make up only 13% of the population in the United States, but half of the innocent people convicted of the crimes and then exonerated are black, which is so true. I strongly believe that the problem with our criminal justice system will not only get better when we infiltrate the system, meaning more black judges, more black prosecutors, more young black attorneys, like young black knowledgeable, powerful young men and women, changing the stereotype that we've had to deal with forever. My oldest son, he's in the medical field, okay? I've got my middle child. She has had this idea in her mind from 3rd grade that she is going to Harvard. She's gonna be a lawyer. And what I've done was kept encouraging. Maybe she was too young at that point, but you know what? She is now 15 years old and she's still on that path. She goes to a school that prepares them for college leading into law, which I am going to be that mother that's going to encourage and also support my kids in whatever they do, as long as they are going to make a difference as black kids in society and growing up to be black adults in society. Because you guys, that is so true what he said. We need more black prosecutors, more black judges, more black lawyers. We need those so they can actually relate, But this is my main take away from the story. You know, I truly have my faith is so strong. And as I'm telling my husband the story, you know, I'm like, babe, you know, I'm not going to look at it for his surroundings, you know, what could have been, what should have been. There was a higher power here. And I'm talking about, let's look at what the name Chicago has for itself, you know. There's nothing but just negativity when you talk about Chicago, about the violence, about, you know. But then there was a higher power involved. Took him out of that situation, must have, definitely was a very unfortunate situation, you know. But it took him out of it, and he was prepped for what he needed to do. He needed to go into those prisons. And this is totally my opinion. He needed to have that experience, because where he's at now, he can relate to his clients. That's just the way I look at it. But all I'm saying is, my hat goes off to Jarrett Adams. He is a hero. That is what you call a hero, you guys. That is what you call a role model. If you have younger kids, show them the story. Read the story to them. Show them that they can become anything. Not just be on YouTube or TikTok. That can just go away at any time. Us as Black parents, let's be an example to our kids. Let's lead them in the right direction. To say, let's not complain about the situations, a solution to the problem. Do whatever you need to do to guide them, to help them get to where they need to be. Encourage them. This is a typical example of, if you want to, if you put your mind to it, you can. Well, you guys, as I said, this was a very heartwarming story for me. I will always remember the story. I will always use the story as an example to say, you know what? You can't sit there and complain and pout. Do something. Do something. This man spent 8 years of his life in a maximum security prison. But he took that and he turned it around. Absolutely turned it around. So at the end of the day, this was so inspiring. I hope you guys enjoyed the story as much as I did. I felt I needed to share that. So you guys, I can hear in the background, the wind is hitting my window like there's no tomorrow. I hope everybody stays safe. Everybody comes out of this safe. My heart, my prayers, everything is going out to those that's going to be affected by this. So you guys, please don't forget, enjoy the rest of your week. Please be safe out there. And also don't forget to wear your mask. And most importantly, please be kind to one another. I love you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.